Welcome student on another video lecture. Topic is processing of herbal raw material. In that fourth point we are covering, that is harvesting. Harvesting of drug should be achieved pharmacopoeial standard, and that should be done by skilled labor only. So when skilled labors are used for the process of harvesting, we can recover or collect the herbal raw material as per pharmacopoeial standards, and there are various techniques of harvesting. First one is binders, used for harvesting drug which constitute all aerial parts. So all aerial parts of the plant, they can be collected by using this technique. For example, stems are collected and bundles are produced. That technique is known as binder. Or sometimes in case of cinnamon, bark is collected and the quills are produced, and these quills are then collected in the bundle. That is known as binder technique. Second one is seed stripper. Seed stripper is the device which is used for harvesting flower, seeds and small fruit. These seed strippers, they will collect the grains from the standing crop, and or the seeds are collected or small fruits are also collected. Beating with bamboo. This technique is used for harvesting cloves. The cloves plants are beaten with bamboo, and all the cloves flower buds are collected, then they are dried. Brushing. This technique is used for collecting cochineal insects from the branches of cacti. Handled forks. These are used for harvesting seaweeds produced from agar. Mowers, these are used for harvesting peppermint and spearmint. These are just like a machine or a technique which are used as a grass cutter, or and they will collect. We can collect peppermint or spearmint leaves from that mowers. Reaping machine. These are used for harvesting fennel, coriander, caraway plants which are uprooted, dried, beaten, or the fruits are separated by winnowing. So this is the machine you can see here, and that machine will uproot the complete plant, and after complete uprooting of that plant, it is dried and then it is beaten and the fruits are separated by winnowing. So in this picture you will find a seed stripper. In this second picture you will find the mowers. This is the picture of mowers, and this one is the reaping machine. After harvesting of herbal raw material, crude drug undergo various stages of processing, and it can be classified into primary and secondary processing, which are further subcategorized as follows. Primary processing, which includes garbling, washing, parboiling, leaching and drying. These are the techniques which comes under primary processing. So after harvesting of drug by different techniques, then the cleaning of that drug material should be done, and which comes under primary and secondary processing, cleaning, drying, and so that it will crude drug should be stored for longer period of time. Secondary processing, it contains cutting, sectioning, aging, sweating, baking or roasting, boiling or steaming, stir frying, fumigation and extraction. Now garbling. This process help in ensuring the purity and cleanliness of harvested material. Dirt like soil, dust, impurities like insect, dead tissue, residual and non-medicinal plants are separated from the raw material. So whatever the raw material which is collected, after collection the purity and cleanliness of that raw material is done. That process is known as garbling. So whatever the dust particles, soil or impurities or insect or dead tissue which is present on that material, that should be removed in the process of garbling. The process depends upon the part of plant to be prepared. The process may involve procedures such as removing dirt, foreign substances, discarding damaged part, peeling of bark, sieving, trimming, removal of hairs from the root, removal of seeds from the fruit, stripping of leaves from the stem. So All these process that comes under garbling, that is discarding the damaged part, whatever the damaged portion is there, that should be removed. Peeling of the bark, if the bark is collected, then the peeling of bark is done. Sieving is done to remove the soil particles or stones are there, that should be removed by sieving. Trimming is done. Removal of hairs are present on the roots, that hair roots should be removed, so that proper root portion we are getting. Removal of seeds from the fruit, whatever the seeds are present in the fruits, that should be removed. Stripping of leaves from the stem, if the plant material is collected in the form of stem and the leaves are collected from that stem portion, then stripping of leaves is done from the stem. All these process that comes under garbling. So garbling is cleaning of material, purifying the material, as well as it also includes sieving, trimming and removal of hairs from the root. All these processes they are done by mechanical means, or it should be performed manually by hand by using laborers. Second method is washing. After garbling, the herbal raw material should be cleaned well to remove the traces of remaining soil, dirt and other impurities from the surface. Though we are doing the garbling step, still the dirt or soil material is present on the herbal raw material, as well as other impurities or some microbes may be present on that. For that reason, second step is washing. In case of washing, roots, rhizome, tubers, they are washed clean with clean water, and during washing process, scraping and brushing may be necessary. So brush and scrapers are also used to remove the dirt or any other impurities which are present over the surface of raw material. So first step is garbling, second one is washing, third one is parboiling. Parboiling means after washing, certain herbal raw material need to undergo parboiling process, in which they are put in boiling water for short period of time. Though we are washing the raw material, still it contains some impurities, some bacteria or some insect waste or molds contamination is there. So to remove that or to make that product contamination free, we have to perform the parboiling process, and in that case the raw material is placed in boiling water for short period of time, during which whatever the insect eggs or larvae or any other contamination is there, that should be killed due to the boiling water, and it may facilitate the further processing such as removal of impurities, as well as whichever present on the covering of raw material, and it will also increase the lifetime of that particular raw material if it undergo parboiling process. After that, leaching. Some impurities can be removed by subjecting the plant material under running water, known as leaching. So fourth step is place that raw material under running water. So due to the force of running water, whatever the impurities which are present over the surface of raw material, in the gaps between or in the pores, that should be removed due to the force of that running water. So fourth step is leaching. However, the duration of leaching should be controlled to prevent loss of chemical constituent present in the drug. So leaching process is done, but the period of leaching is depend upon the which type of constituent which are present in that particular herbal material, because if that herbal raw material is placed for a longer period of time over the force of water, then it will remove all the major active constituent which are present in the drug also. So the time of leaching will depend upon which type of raw material we are using for that particular process. So all these are the steps. First one is garbling, second one is washing, third one is parboiling, and fourth one is leaching. After that, fifth step is drying. After cleaning of that raw material, then it should be dried completely. If the moisture is present in that raw material, then the raw material will get contaminated when it is stored for longer period of time. So the raw material should be dried properly, and each and every drug has specific moisture content that is given in official book or official pharmacopoeia. The limits are given for moisture content. If that moisture content should be present within limit, then the drug can be stored for longer period of time. But if the moisture content is more, it will get contaminated during storage. For that reason, the drying stage is very important in case of processing of herbal raw material. The plant material should be thoroughly dried after washing in order to prevent the deterioration and degradation of active constituent. So after washing, it should not get deteriorate. To prevent the deterioration or degradation of active constituent, the material should be dried properly. They must be dried as soon as possible to remove the moisture and to reduce the damage due to microbial or mold infestation. Because if the raw material is not dried as soon as the washing of raw material, it will again get contaminated due to moisture. Again the microbes will form in that raw material and it will deteriorate that product. For that reason, immediately or as soon as possible, when the washing stage is over, immediately it will undergo drying stage. Otherwise the microbial contamination will occur immediately. Drying also prevent the activation of certain enzymes which may otherwise degrade the active ingredients, and also facilitate grinding and milling of raw material depending on the drug and nature of ingredient. So drying is also important to degrade the drug or to reduce the drug. Without drying, it is not possible to produce a powdered material from that drug. So drying step is very important for facilitating the grinding as well as milling of raw material. Now there are different techniques of drying. First one is natural drying. Natural drying means it comes under sun drying. Most of the herbal raw material can be dried in open air under direct sunshine, provided the climate is suitable. So wherever the raw material should be collected in that area, if there is sufficient sunshine, then it should be dried in direct sunlight. But the duration of drying process depend upon the physical structure of plant material and weather condition. But duration of drying should be depend upon which type of material we are using, because the drugs which contain volatile oil constituent or aromatic constituent, in that case that constituent will get deteriorated when it will expose to sun. So to prevent the deterioration of that volatile material, in that case the drying with sun drying method is not possible, and the plant material should be for sun drying method, the plant material should be spread in thin layer, and care should be taken to prevent contamination by dust impurities. It should not be like that when we are washing and cleaning that material, and after cleaning we are placing the material and it will again get contaminated due to dust or due to microbes during the process of drying. So proper care should be taken that it should not be contaminated with the impurities. It is spread in thin layer, and those materials which can withstand the temperature of sun, or they cannot deteriorate when exposed to sunlight, such raw materials can be dried by sun drying method. And for that reason the raw material should be spread in thin layer and it is dried. And during the process of drying, proper care should be taken that it should not be contaminated with dust impurities. While drying, the plant material should also be protected from insect, birds, rodents, pests and other domestic animals. So also care should be taken that it should not be contaminated due to pest or due to insects or due to birds or other rodents. So proper care should be taken. because some drugs require 7 to 8 days of drying, some drugs require 15 to 30 days of drying, and during that drying process proper care should be taken that further contamination should not be occur during the process of drying, so that you are getting a good quality raw material, and finally you are getting a formulation which is giving proper therapeutic effect, or as per mentioned the therapeutic effect should be given by that particular formulation. For that reason proper care should be taken during the process of drying. Another method is shade drying method. Most of the medicinal plants, they are dried by shade drying method, because most of the medicinal plant contains active constituent which on exposure to light they will get sometimes they will get deteriorated, or sometimes they will get removed in the atmosphere. For that reason shade drying method is preferred in case of herbal raw material. These are dried under the shade. This drying process is slow, but it helps in minimizing the loss of color as well as volatile oils and aromatic components which being evaporated. So shade drying method is preferred over the sun drying method, so that to preserve the color as well as to preserve the volatile oil as well as aromatic components from the drug. Now there are certain techniques if it is not possible, the area where you are cultivating the drug or collection of drug, harvesting of drug is done, and in that area there is no sufficient sunlight, so there is artificial drying methods are also available. There are various type of dryers are there, and these artificial dryers are used for drying of herbal raw material. Drying by artificial heat is more rapid than open air drying, so rapid drying is also there when we are using artificial drying method, and it is necessary in rainy season. If rainy season is there, it is more preferable, because sun drying is not possible in that case. Region where there is high humidity, those area where has high humidity, in that case also drying is not possible. For that reason artificial drying method is used. Temperature and equipment used for drying depends upon physical and chemical nature of drug and constituent. Which type of constituents are present. According to the nature and type of constituent, the different dryers are used. Various experiments such as tray dryers. Tray dryers are just like a hot air or oven, and on the tray the material is spread and it will get dried. Spray dryers are those dryers in which the liquid materials are dried. Those materials which are in the form of liquid, they will come into the container in the form of spray, and each particle is dried by using a hot gas. Hot gas is filled in that container, and the material is placed in the form of spray, and each and every particle is get dried, and you are getting granules by using spray dryers. After that vacuum dryers. Vacuum is applied for the drying process in case of vacuum dryers, and these vacuum dryers are used for heat sensitive materials. Those material which can not withstand higher temperature, they will get deteriorated on higher temperatures. Such materials are dried by using vacuum dryers. Overheating may lead to excessive loss of volatile component as well as decomposition of chemical constituent. The temperature should be kept below 60 degrees Celsius wherever possible. The temperature should be below 60 degrees Celsius when we are undergoing the drying process, and in this way these are the steps of primary processing of herbal raw material. In next lecture we will see about the secondary processing methods or steps of herbal raw material. Till then, thank you.